Okay, good morning, students.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, now we will start with the contingency leadership theories and models. So just we will see what and all we have discussed till now. Okay, so universities of Iowa University leadership style, in that autocratic leadership style and democratic leadership style. Then we have discussed University of Michigan and Ohio State University studies. In that University of Michigan's, again, job-centered leadership style, which gives importance to the job, and employee-centered, which gives importance to the relationship. Then Ohio State University, again, initiating structure behavior and consideration behavior. Initiating structure behavior here related to the job, and consideration again related to the employee's relationship. So again, based on that, low, high, high, low, and again low and low consideration, high and low consideration, with the four again subdivisions of leadership styles we have discussed. Then the important one, leadership grid, Robert Blake and Jane Mountain, they have given this contribution to the management or maybe the leadership concept here. So this is the grid we have seen already, with the 5 leadership styles under that: impoverished leader, authority compliance leader, the country club leader, the middle of the road leader, and the team leader. The impoverished leader already discussed this, and all in this we have seen that team leader will be the effective one. Then leadership and major motivation theories we have discussed. So with the motivation, meaning of a motivation here, and the motivation process, that with the classification of theories. So content motivation theories, in that we have discussed about hierarchy need theory of Maslow and two-factor theory of Herzberg and acquired need theory. Then process motivation theory we have discussed. So equity theory, expectancy theory, and goal setting theory. With the variables, all this we have discussed, goal setting. Then finally, as reinforcement theory, with the three components here: stimulus, responding behavior, consequences of the behavior. Then types of reinforcement: positive reinforcement, avoidance or negative reinforcement, extinction, then punishment. Then schedules of reinforcement in the form of continuous and intermittent. So intermittent, again, there are 4 subcategories: fixed interval, based on output, and based on time, again it has been classified. So how to motivate with the reinforcement theory. So this we have discussed. Now to give a conclusion here, see here this diagram based on putting the motivation theories together with motivation process. So motivation process we have discussed already: the need, motives, behavior, and consequences, and finally the satisfaction or dissatisfaction. Here they, with the same diagram, they have linked to this classification of theories. Now if you take need, it is, so it will be coming under the content motivation theories as a first category. So that will be satisfying your need here with the hierarchy, two-factor acquired theory. All it is related to the need. Then second as a motive. So this is, they have a link to the second process motivation theory, equity, expectancy, and goal setting theory. So this is what the second category they have make it's what as a motive, as a second component of a process. Third as behavior, that is employee action to satisfy and needs based on this theory. Consequences, it is related to the third category of reinforcement theory, what they have linked to the process. Now fifth one as satisfaction and dissatisfaction. So this is how they have clubbed here, or maybe they have given the implication of relationship with this process and this motivation. So this is what the complete concept of yesterday's class, what we have discussed. Now for this class, it is we'll go with contingency leadership theories and models. It's visible slide.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, slide is visible. Okay, so contingency leadership theories and model. So what it indicates, we'll see for this class. One theory of comes under this. So leadership theory is an
Ma'am,
yeah.
ma'am,
Yes.
now putting the motivation theories together within the motivation process, that is.
Okay. That is still, I'll share now.
Ma'am.
Now visible, right? Okay.
Yeah, ma'am.
Leadership theory is an explanation of some aspects of leadership. So theories have practical value. So they are differentiating now what is the leadership theory and model here. What the term theory indicates and model indicates. So theory, it indicates the explanation of some aspects of the leadership. What it gives, all this theory, what it says, it is an explanation to the particular concept. So theories have a practical value because they are used to better understand, predict and control successful leadership. Based on the leadership, we are going to apply these theories in the leadership what concept or scenario. So a leadership model, it is an exam for emulation or use in the given situations. This is what practically you are going to go with the step by step to implement by having somewhat structure or with the model. When we observe how the model, based on that model, we will try to implement the leadership styles in the organization. So this is what the introduction or this meaning of the models and theory here. So next we will see contingency theory and model variable. So what this contingency means here, it depends. So contingency, the term based on the situation. So situation, or the term simply if you take it depends, the term one thing depends on the other thing. And for a leader to be effective, there must be an appropriate fit between leader's behavior and style and the followers and the situation. So three aspects, like maybe his leadership behavior and style should match with the followers, as well as he has to exercise this style based on his situation. So situation also he has to concentrate. So a framework of contingency model here, variables. So this is there in the notes actually, but I couldn't go with the like diagram. It is just simply I have typed. You can go for a textbook material to be read for an exam. So this is just a points I have mentioned here. Followers, capabilities and motivation. So three contingency leadership variable, it consists of three aspects: followers, leader and situation. Followers here indicates their capabilities and their motivation. So that aspect need to be considered. Leaders here, personality traits, behavior and experience. Situation in the sense either task, structure and environment. So based on that, based on a task, based on the structure of the job and based on the environment he has to exercise. This is again a introduction to the contingency term. Now next as contingency leadership theory and model. So this is important from a examination point of view here. Fred E. Fiedler. So in 1951, he has contributed and he has developed the first situational leadership theory. So this is a contribution goes to him. He has developed this. So it was a first theory to specify how the situational variables interact with the leader, personality and behavior. So this is a first theory which has included this situation in the particular scenario of the leadership. So he called the theory as contingency theory of leader effectiveness. So this is the name he has given. That is a Fred E. Fiedler. So Fiedler believed that leadership style is a reflection of personality and the behavior, and that leadership styles are basically constant. So that is the he has mentioned. So he believed that leadership style is a reflection of personality and behavior. What the personality and behavior leader is possessing, that reflects his leadership style. And the leadership style are basically constant. So leaders do not change styles, they change the situation. So they won't change the style much, but based on the situation, they adjust to the particular style of their leadership. So situation here plays a major role. That is the contingency leadership theory. The name has come based on a situation wise, the style of leadership will be studied. The contingency leadership model is used to determine if a person's leadership style is task or relationship oriented. They have given a name here instead of job or maybe what we have studied under the different universities, what research. Here they have given the name as either task or relationship oriented. A task in the sense again job, relationship again with the employees, how it is. So based on that two structures, and if the situation indicates here leader member relationship, task structure and position power. So matches the leader style to maximize the performance. So we will see here as the next. So contingency leadership model variable. So this we'll see with the so this is the theory. Now see here based on the model. So how they have represented here. This is a diagram you can see from our notes. Contingency leadership model variable with the contingency leadership framework. So how they have given follower and the leader here, leader member exchange or maybe the relationship what it is between follower and leader. Leadership styles here either task or relationship. Then situation, leader member relation, task structure and position power. So based on these variables they have explained this theory here. So leadership style and LPC. So LPC indicates here least preferred co-workers scale. That is a scale what they have used for getting this style of leadership. They have asked with the help of a questionnaire containing this scale. So that is what called least preferred co-workers. So this essentially answers the questions what they have put related to the task or either relationship. Approximately 200 tests revealed that people who completed this what scale in the form of questions, they have come up with this what kind of task or relationship oriented people. So that is how this is the one concept which comes under this. Now we will see the theory. Slide is visible. Yes.
Ma'am.
Contingency leadership model. That's what I mentioned here.
Yes,
Okay, refer textbook material I have mentioned. For explanation, you can see that, and even least preferred co-workers explanation it is there in the slide. Now, based on a contingency theory here, variables, it is situational favorableness. So this is a one thing to be concentrated while explaining this theory as a first one situation thing. So what situation indicates here? It refers to the degree to which a situation enables the leader to exert influence over the follower. So this is the degree to which a situation enables the leader to exert influence over the follower. So this is the what it indicates. The more the control leader has over the follower, the more favorable the situation for him. What happens in that when teacher takes a class, so how he or she may be controlling, having a control over the class. That is what the situation favorable towards her or him. If the students are under control of a particular faculty, okay, the teacher, if he is having more control over the class, then he or she will be uh, predicting that students are under the control of him or her. So that is how similar way here leaders will be having a control. That is what situational favorableness, that they will be having a control over the followers. So that is if the control, if he or she will be having a more control over the followers, the situation will be more favorable to her. So that is what it indicates situational favorableness. The three variables in order to the importance here we can list: leader member relations, task structure and position power. Now first one as leader member relations. So this is the most powerful determinant of overall situational favorableness. Is the relationship good, that is cooperative and friendly, or poor or maybe difficult? So that is how they have put a question mark here, how the relation between leader and member or follower. Do the followers trust, respect, accept and have confidence in the leader? So that is the one more. Do the followers trust, respect, accept and have a confidence in the leader? That is good. Is there much tension? That is the poor. So there is the extremes they have mentioned. Leaders with good relation have more influence. The better the relation, the more favorable the situation. So that is how the relation should be here. Either it is a good or poor, or maybe how the followers, whether they have a trust, respect or respect over the leader, or maybe any tension, or it is in the form of weak or poor. Or leaders with a good relation have more influence. The better the relation, the more favorable the situation. So that is what the first aspect. Second, if you take task structure, So this is the second powerful determinant which comes under the contingency theory. So is the task structured or unstructured? We know that structured and unstructured, it is structured something you are going with a plan, unstructured it is like a informal. So do employees perform repetitive routine or standard tasks that are easily understood? Like they are giving a similar task every day, or there may be a different or unstructured task also they have to perform. So leaders in a structured situation have more influence, because the structured situation indicates they will be knowing prior only what they have to perform in the job. Leader has already given the task to them, but under unstructured they may not be knowing what maybe the new task also might come, so they have to do it. So the more structured job are, the more favorable situation. So for a leader here, the situation will be favorable only when if he gives a structured job to the employees. Then third one as position power. So this is the weakest factor under this theory. Is the position power strong or weak? Does the leader have the power to assign work, reward and punish, hire and fire, give raises and promotion? So that is what he will be having a control here over his position, whether he is having a control over, or maybe he will be having a power here to assign work or reward him or punish him, either hire or fire him, or he can give a raise or a promotion to him. A leader with position power has more influence. The more power, the more favorable situation. If the leader will be having a more authority or power in the organization, his situation will be more favorable to him. So this is the here the relative weights of these three factors together create a continuum of situational favorableness to the leader. So Fiedler developed 8 levels of favorableness here. That is going from 1 highly favorable to 8 unfavorable situation that can be displayed in this diagram. It is visible diagram.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is what we have to write under this when we are getting a question of this contingency theory model to explain. That is nothing but Fiedler's contingency leadership model to be explained under this. So this is the model how it we can explain. Like start from 4 variables, that is 3 variables as we have just discussed. One is related to the leader and follower relationship. One is a task for either a structure or unstructured job. Third one as a power related. So that is how 3 questions it is they have mentioned in the up. Our leader follower relation is good or poor? So that is the first question. So when you go with starting like start they have mentioned as a leader, when he exercises he has to see first question as our leader followers relationship is good or poor. So 2 options or maybe 2 situations he might get, either it is a good and poor. So next when you go to the second question, is the task repetitive or non-repetitive as a second? So based on a structure wise. So now here repetitive task again under good situation, leader will be having a 2 situations again. If it is good means based on repetitive task, or maybe again non-repetitive task. Again poor here also you can take based on repetitive task and non-repetitive task. As a third, power wise. So how the leaders powerful, strong or a weak here based on now situation. If you start from a good situation, you'll be having a repetitive. Under repetitive again the task you might be having a power either strong or weak. So that is the 2 option. Again if you start from a good option, non-repetitive task, again you will be having a strong and weak relation. So third category, if you take again the start, the poor situation or maybe leader member relation is poor, so you will be having the repetitive task. Again it may be either strong or weak, your power. So again poor, when you start with the poor relation, non-repetitive task, again strong and weak. So that is how the situations here he has concluded with the 8 what the styles of leadership. That is for a first he is mentioning appropriate style of situation is task. So that is how we have to explain. If you go with the starting with the good relation, repetitive task, strong relation or maybe strong power, what it is there with the leader and follower, then situation will be one. So that there may be task style of leadership may be effective. You can exercise here, giving more importance to the task. So second as same, when you start with the good relation, but the repetitive task it is there, but your power is weak, you are not effective as a leader, your power is little bit weak, so you can exercise again the second style, but still the task leadership will be appropriate in that situation. So this is how he is going to explain here 8 styles of leader. Now again, if you start with the good, then non-repetitive, then non-repetitive, then it comes as a strong, then it comes as a weak, then again task or either relationship. So that is how you can go with explaining this 8 styles of leadership here with the 3 variables what they have explained or maybe mentioned in the above. Hope you are getting.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, this is, I think this is already you have studied in MOB. MOB, it has come in your first semester, Fittler's model, we have discussed already. Here again, they have mentioned us to discuss. So this is what for this class, actually, I was supposed to explain. So just we'll go to the briefing it once, what we have discussed in this class. So contingency leadership theories and models we have discussed. So theory, it indicates it will be having some practical value to understand the concepts, and model will be of its use in a given situation. We are going to use this model. Second, as second part as theory and model variables we have discussed, that is the followers and leader, and then situation as a 3 variable. Situation, it indicates here contingency, and here Fred E. Fittler has in 1951 he has given contributed on situation leadership theory for the leadership concept. So this will be here explaining the concept with either task or leadership style. We have seen here models as a 3 concepts, either task or leadership style, or maybe relationship style, or leader member relation, task structure and position. So there is discuss. Then situational favorableness, as mainly we have to highlight under this contingency theory how the situation of a leader here, whether it is favorable to him or not. So under that 3 things, leader member relationship, how it is good or poor, against task structure, whether repetitive task or it is a unstructured task. Then position power, whether it's the position is high or in weak or strong. So based on that, there are Fittler has identified here 8 levels of favorableness with the styles of leadership to be implemented under this. So this is what the model he has given. So we have to mention, or we have to draw this model if we get the question of contingency model and theory. So this is what the topic for this class.